Data analysis method. Data analysis is making sense of the data. There are four key strategies in the data analysis. A strategy is part of making sense of the data or working out what the data means. One, reading data. The data are read usually 3 or 4 times in order to recall the events and experiences that they represent. What was done, what was said, and what really happened. 2. Selecting or sorting the data. Important information is separated from what which is unimportant. Similar information is grouped. Complex details are sorted and simplified. 3. Presenting the data. The selected data are presented in a form that is easy to take in at a glance. This may take the form of graphs or charts or descriptions under main headings. 4. Interpreting data and drawing conclusion. Relationships are explained and a practical model constructed to fit the situation which has been researched. Once data collection has ended, the information must be organized so that the analysis can begin. All of this information is called the study database and needs to be organized so that information is easily accessed. Developing the studies database involves fairly simple sorting of all the data. The goal is to be able to locate specific information during analysis. The data therefore needs to be organized in some way that makes sense to the researcher and then indexed accordingly. Guidelines for teachers for analyzing data. Design a systematic approach to analyze your data. This may develop as you become more comfortable with what you are learning. Do not be afraid to let the data influence what you are learning as you go deeper with your analysis. Look for themes and patterns to emerge. Make sure that you are organizing your data based on what you are actually learning from the data, not on the assumptions you bring with you to your analysis. Look for those unique ideas that you had not considered, which may influence your thinking. Don't censor the data, even if you don't like what you are finding. Go through your data several times. Think about creating visual images of what you are finding. Create an idea map, a chart, or a visual metaphors are all possibilities to help make sense of the data and display a powerful presentation of your ideas. Write lots of notes to yourself as you are plotting. These kinds of reflection will help you as you step back and try to look at the big picture. Share your findings with a colleague. Do new questions emerge from this discussion? Let the data influence you. Jot down ideas for actions you will take as a result of what you are learning. A 9-step process for teachers for analyzing data to develop findings and result. 1. Read everything you have collected. Make notes as you go. 2. Look for themes, patterns, big ideas. 3. Narrow the themes down to something manageable. 3 to 5 key themes. 4. Go back through all your data and code or label information according to the themes in order to organize your ideas. Some ideas may fit into more than one theme. Create subgroups under each theme. 5. Write. Jot down what you are finding in the data, what questions are emerging, and what are you are learning. Keep notes on those new ideas which are unanticipated. These may be findings or surprises which you had not planned. 6. Review your information after it is coded or labeled to see if there is a frequencies of certain item and or interesting, unusual comments or behaviors which are of particular interest to you. This may be an incident which gives you a new understanding. 7. Identify the main idea which appear most frequently and are the most powerful. It will be hard to let go of some of your information, but it is important to sift through it. 8. Write up the major points. You can write themes up by theme, chronologically, or the different modes you use for collecting information. 9. Draw the information together to include some of the evidence which supports each of your themes. Taking action. Using the information from the declaration and review of the current literature, a course of action is chosen that allows the teachers to make a change and to study that change. It is important that only one variable is altered in the action. As with any experiment, if several changes are made at once, it will be difficult to determine which action is responsible for the outcome. While the new technique is being implemented, the teacher continues to document and collect data on performance. In reality, step 4 has two distinct parts. Step 1, action planning. Action planning considers alternative courses of action to solve the problem. Step 2, action taking. Action taking includes the selection and realization of one course of action. Action planning using findings to plan for teaching or learning improvement. The data analysis research findings should influence the teaching decisions. This means that the teacher uses their research findings to make a change or changes in the classroom to resolve the problem or issues that they were facing. That is, they take an action based on the research evidence. Guidelines for teachers. Begin by reviewing what you have found in your data analysis, then decide on what will be the best solution to the problems. The solution is an action which may be introducing a new instructional techniques or strategy, to creating a new environment, or 3, using a new material that you feel has potential to correct the problem. Make a small plan for introducing the solution to the classroom. The plan will include 1, a time schedule. When will you take the action? How long before you will evaluate whether the action has improved the situation or solved the problem. 2, a list of any resources needed, any extra materials needed. Taking action on the findings. Action taking is implementing on one course of action. The new teaching techniques is introduced, a different environment is created, or a new material is used. That's it. Thank you so much.